Armando, congratulations. First and foremost, we saw the celebrations with your fans there. What does this victory mean for this club after a particularly difficult time?
I mean, it's a massive boost for us as a football club, as a team. You know, we were a whole new team this summer, and we were all getting to know each other and gelling. So it's always difficult when you've got a new bunch of boys coming in and new staff coming in. So, you know, it's showing now that we're all, you know, getting to know each other and we're all gelling as a team. So it's a massive boost for us going forward. You know, we've got another game before international break, so it's a big bonus for us and a massive 3 points. So it's amazing.
And for you personally, you've endured a tough time with that ACL injury. Only your second Chelsea Premier League goal. The last one was back in 2022. How personally satisfying is it?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, as a striker, you always want to score. You know, at the big stage, at the big moments. You know, I've always dreamed of scoring when I was a little kid. So it's just an amazing, really, and unbelievable feeling also to score in a derby. So it's amazing to get the 3 points, which is the most important thing. You know, work for the team and yeah, to try and score if I can. So it's a great feeling.
It's 2 wins on the spin in all competitions. How hard has it been to maintain the belief, and what does this do for belief tonight?
Of course, when you win games, it brings confidence. You know, it brings positivity amongst the fans, amongst the group, amongst the players. So it's important to win, important to play well, and to win as many games as possible. So it brings, like I said before, massive positivity, and we just need to keep going in this way, and hopefully more wins going forward.
Armando, well done. Go and enjoy the celebrations with your team.
Guys, thank you.
And why not? Such a long time out with a serious knee injury, and here he is, just 60 minutes of football, and he starts and he scores. Conor Gallagher going from strength to strength as well as captain of Chelsea again tonight, and I'm delighted to say we can speak to Conor now. Congratulations, Conor. How does that feel then?
Yeah, it feels great. Thank you. It was a decent performance, maybe not as good as what we'd like, but the most important thing is the 3 points, and we desperately needed that today, so we're really happy.
I'm sure you're well aware of just how much the team needed it, but does it feel on the back of the victory over Brighton in the Carabao Cup as well that you're starting finally to build some momentum?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, wins brings confidence, and obviously we won the last 2 games. So hopefully we can build on this and continue to play well and hopefully get some more points.
Hey Conor, it's Frank here.
Hey Frank.
Well played, mate. Well played. We spoke before the game. We were talking about the balance of midfield and the fact that you've sort of operated slightly deeper at the start of the season. Felt like tonight you were in those sort of higher areas, a little bit box to box, but ended up higher more often than not. And I think that it felt like it suited. Just explain to us a little bit where you've been playing and how you felt tonight, and if there was a subtle change to the setup. There's a lot of rotations, I thought, but a subtle change in your position specifically to make you feel confident. And obviously you played really well.
Yeah, you're right, Frank. The boss said before the game he kind of wants the midfield to rotate a bit more and be more free on the ball, which I think you could see today. And I was high most of the time. At times I come a bit short, but I think it worked well. And now I think Enzo and Moyes got on the ball a lot and dictated the play, which helped us, and I got in good pockets. And yeah, I think it worked well, and hopefully we can continue to play well together.
Yeah, and on a personal note, Conor, just talk to me about being captain of the club. I've seen you come through the ranks there. I know personally from working with you closely how much the club means to you. Tell me how that feeling and how that's made you feel in terms of your responsibility on the pitch and almost your status within the group, getting that responsibility.
Yeah, it's obviously a really proud moment and proud time for me to captain the club. The few times I have, and I think you know how much it means to me and how much I want to do well at Chelsea, because obviously it's my club that I've supported my whole life. So to captain the club a few games is amazing, and I just want to keep trying to perform the best I can to help the team win games. So yeah, hopefully I can continue to do that.
Definitely much more serious since you had the armband, Conor, I have to say that.
You got to be, didn't you?
You ran 12 kilometres tonight, which was more than anybody else. I just wanted to add that information for you as well. But really, I wanted to follow on from what Armando was saying about how different this team is this season. You know, there's great exodus of senior players, and all these young players are arriving at the club. Just how does that feel, particularly for someone who's been at the club for so long?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a very young squad, and like you just said, had a little joke, but it's true. I've been a bit more serious, I think, because I've had to be, because I'm, I think one of the more experienced players in the squad, really, in terms of Premier League experience. So I think I've tried to be more disciplined and be a bit more of a leader on the pitch and off the pitch as well, because it's a very young squad, and we're trying our best to play well together and understand each other's game, which is obviously important for a team to succeed. So we're going to continue to work our best to do that.
Well, we wish you well with it. You were certainly a leader on the pitch tonight, Connor. Thanks so much for speaking to us.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Cheers.
What's he like? Good character?
Yeah, he's an amazing character. I think a big talent. I think he's got a talent for scoring goals from midfield. He's got a real talent and energy, as you say, but that's a massive attribute for a midfield player. But one of the things I found working with him was there's a lot of things you don't see. And as a manager, you see things that maybe people on the outside don't. And when you talk about people that want to train at a level every day and want to work hard and show you something in training every day, you pick a team, people go, why do you keep playing Conor Gallagher? And the answer is because what I see from every day is a desire to play for the club, a desire to improve every day, to affect people just by standards he raised. As I mentioned at the start of the show, I went back to see a bit of a squad that was, it was low for many reasons. But the boy trained every day like he wanted to show you something. So I've got a lot of admiration for him, and I really hope that this bulk of games now that he's playing, the status of being part-time captain but captain of the club, is a chance for him to really kick on with his Chelsea career, because I know what it means to him.
Some people might be joining us for the first time. So remind us, Frank, what you liked about the first goal tonight, which was scored by Mudryk for Chelsea.
Well, I think for Mudryk himself personally, it's something that he needs, and I think this is like a bit of build-up from Chelsea, but it's really no pressure from Fulham, which is a bit of the story tonight. But a nice switch of play, and now you're getting Levi to step in here as a fullback. And we were talking at the start of the show about can Mudryk get in these inside positions more and not be an out-and-out winger. A modern winger has to be getting into inside areas, and so he's made a run there, end up really central, which is great, because what he does is occupy the fullback inside, allows the left-back to join in, and then the easy thing in that position, which a lot of players will do, is come to feet. So give it to my feet, I'll try and beat my man, and maybe Fulham might recover from the midfield areas. What he decides is, I'm going to pretend to make that run, I'll come short, but then I'm going to run at speed, which is his probably biggest attribute, and run in behind. And it's the duck and the run, and obviously the really good pass to find him. And that's what a modern winger has to do. They have to be penetrating in central areas and not just staying wide.
You said he was almost a compulsive trainer and finisher. Is this the sort of thing he would be working on the training ground?
Yeah, he would be, to be fair. And it was something I admired him for. I think as a coach, you have to keep a check on it, because he really wants to improve. He's really trying to show something. So I really like that. But it's almost like, how can you hone that in the right direction completely? But he would be trying to, which I really liked, is trying to work on areas that a winger will get into. It sounds simple, but when you take someone on the outside and hitting cross shots, you're cutting inside, and then those ones where you're arriving in the box, which is where people like Sterling at the top of his career, Salah, Mane, all these wingers that score many goals, they end up central so many times, and he'll try and end up in there a lot. So the more he'll do that, then he's got a lot that could make. He's got a lot of work to do, but he's got a lot that could make him a really high level player. He
came off at half-time. Obviously a concern for Chelsea, we're told. A slight injury at the top of his thigh, but Chelsea don't expect it to be too serious, so fingers crossed on that. And Royer's interview was just delightful, wasn't it? He's not going to stop smiling until next weekend, probably, as well. He loved this moment. 20 seconds after the restart as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm delighted for him. I think one thing also about Fulham, I never get this sometimes when you concede a goal and then you play straight back to your goalkeeper and you almost invite more pressure. I don't get that, but that's one thing. But I think Jamie mentioned earlier was the pressing of Cole Palmer. He cuts off the pass out wide, which is the pass Chelsea want to stop. They want to invite you to come to play inside, where midfield latched on. So we can already see Conor Gallagher in the frame on Palhinha. You're going to see Caicedo come into there and put pressure, but the pass doesn't even make that. It's a poor pass. So nice bit of pressure. And the reason I'm delighted for Armando is that the last time I saw him was April, May, and he was in that lonely phase of training over the back end of the pitches where you're trying to come over a really difficult injury. He's a really positive boy, a really good young player. And when he's done all that work for the last how many months trying to get himself fit, and he's managed to get in his first start back, make that sort of impact. So a really good goal for him.
He missed a big chance, hadn't he, in the first couple of minutes, which he actually fashioned for himself.
Yeah.
So maybe he's earned a little bit of fortune here.
Yeah, absolutely, and nothing wrong with that. I've scored a few of those in my career. Don't worry about that. They all count and add up. But I think, you know, with a young player, we touched on it pre-game. You know, we're talking about XG a lot with Chelsea and missing chances. It's understandable to a degree, but he definitely has got the mentality of I will get there again, and his pace and his direct movement will get him there again, and he gets his luck.
Something to build on here, Jamie.
Yeah, I think so, because we looked at the start of the season that they've had favourable fixtures. And the next one is, I think, Burnley. And it's another game, if they could get another 3 points, it's a game you'd expect them to win. But, you know, as we know, over the last sort of 12 months, it's not been easy to win Premier League games for Chelsea. If they could go into that international break with 6 points more than obviously what they started with before this game, because the run that they're in, they still looked at Fulham away and Burnley as tough games. But when you get that confidence, you get that belief of, yeah, we can beat Burnley. And then you know you've got a tough run of fixtures and you're seeing what you can pick up. But it'll be massive, because I always think the international break is huge going into it, how you feel, because it's a long 2 weeks if it hasn't gone well. So 3 points here, still not enough for Chelsea. But if they can get another 3 points next week, that international break won't be too bad. It'll give them the confidence going into the tough run of games that they have.
First goals are always important, and it's a first Chelsea goal for MYKHAILO MUDRYK. How important was it for you to see him getting into those positions between the lines and playing through those lines?
Yes, important. I think it's always important for the offensive player to score goal, and it's the first for
game. Is this the sort of performance you've been expecting from your side and seeing, but without getting the result?
Look, in any team, when you have too many injuries like we have, always the result cannot be affected. And I don't. Of course, for us also, it also cannot be affected. And I don't. Of course, for us also, it's that people believe, and everyone is important, even if young squad. But I think is in the moment that we will complete and we have all ready and all fit, I think we are going to be so competitive. It's an amazing squad and very talented. It's only a matter of time, but it's so important now to feel the victory and the 3 points for us to build our confidence for the next week.
You put faith in young players. Cole Palmer, obviously one of those as well tonight. Results like this, what does that do for their confidence at such a tender age?
Amazing. It's very good, because always the young guys not only need to feel the confidence from the coaching staff, you know, they need to feel when they performance and in the competition. It's so important, because they need to still to improve a lot. The team need to improve, but I think we are in a good way.
We all know in this game, when you're manager of a big club, there is always pressure week in and week out. But after the run that you'd had, with the 2 results you've now had, how much does it feel a lot lighter on the shoulders?
No, I don't care. For me, I am the same now than 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. I have experience. I was a player and now coach for 15 years, and I think is when you identify the problem and you have the solution and the circumstance, I think it's easy to be calm. And for us, and we are experienced people working, we know that we have talent. It's only a matter of time. But of course, if you say to me, results are so important, and I understand that football is about the result and we should win, but I think the process is doing well, and we are in the time that at the moment we need to be.
One more game before the international break. How good a platform have you built yourselves to move forward on tonight?
Important now to assess the player, because we need to arrive fresh again Saturday. Big team, big game. Yes, I hope that we can recover many players and to present a very competitive squad Saturday.
Mauricio, thank you for your time.
Welcome.
Mauricio Pochettino talking about the importance of that result for building confidence. Now, next weekend, they go to Turf Moor before that really tough-looking run of games after the international break. But if they were to win against Burnley, Frank, might that just change the complexion of those games and change the feeling about the start to the season for Chelsea?
Yeah, for sure. I think, and as much as I think it's probably helped the players' confidence today, I think it helps the manager's confidence in what he's doing, because wins are crucial to keep good feeling and keep getting the message across with a sort of new, younger squad that he knows he's working with. So it was huge for himself tonight. The Burnley game is going to be a tough one, because it's the Premier League and Burnley are looking for their first win. But again, as Jamie said before, that they're looking now, feeling confident off the back of that. They go to Burnley with a slightly different mentality, and you take into the international break that feeling. So they needed that positivity tonight, there's no doubt. What they must do is use it as a platform to go to the next game. Because I do think Fulham were off it today. I think they allowed them a lot. The 2 goals sort of finished the game to an extent. So there'll be lots of challenges ahead when you see that run of games, but at the same time, they needed that boost tonight.
He's a bit chirpier tonight, isn't he? Burnley away next before the international break for Chelsea. What's the message here then, Glenn? Trust in the process? That's what he seems to be saying.
Yeah, I think he has. He'd be delighted. He's telling fibs that he's in a different frame of mind, or from weeks ago, he's in the same frame of mind. No, he's not. He's a lot happier, you could see that. He's had 2 wins back to back, and then that is something to build on, without a doubt. And I think first half particularly, he saw a pattern of play. That's the first time I've seen this season where they've had their moments, Chelsea, and they play in what are called champagne moments, in 10 minutes at spells, and they play really well and exciting. But it's not prolonged and it's not consistent. But I felt first half there was a real 45 minutes plus, whatever it's at spells, and they play really well and exciting. But it's not prolonged and it's not consistent. But I felt first half there was a real 45 minutes plus, whatever it was, of consistent football with a bit of shape, and they were too good for Fulham. Fulham were poor on the night. But, you know, there was definitely something there to build on. That midfield 3 looked like it was a good unit working hard together. Fernandes getting a little bit more in advance. At times when he did go deep, you saw Gallagher going there. They had a little bit of rotation around Caicedo, and I think that's really something they can work on.
Foundations laying?
Yeah, I was really impressed with Chelsea. First game of the season against Liverpool, I thought, oh, Chelsea can have a good season here. They have had a lot of injuries, had a lot of problems, but I still think that they've got something there. Certainly got the players and the manager to improve on what they've done so far. That was a good step today.
In West London. My name's Derek Ray, and joining me for commentary on this game is the former Arsenal and England fullback Lee Dixon. And looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League coming right up. It is Fulham taking on Chelsea.
Thanks, Derek. Good atmosphere here. Everybody looking forward to what should be a really entertaining game.
Lookman. Anguissa. Lemina. And he takes it on. Well, he's given a... Well, he's a striker who improves with each passing year, Timo Werner. In the context of this game, what do you expect to see from him, Lee?
Well, basically, you've got to keep him out the box because he's got such a brilliant finishing ability that you give him half a yard, he will score. So keep him as far away from your goal as possible.
Loftus-Cheek. Lookman. And in possession, Carragher. A real opening now. Well, they can say a big thank you to the goalkeeper. That was inspirational.
Well, that's as good as a goal at the other end. Brilliant save from the keeper.
An opportunity in the air, but he's made a bit of a mess of that one.
Oh, it's really a shocking effort. I could do better than that, and I can't head the ball.
Chilwell. On to Jorginho. Here's Chilwell. Werner. Pulisic now. Alert defending. Now they've lost it. Timo Werner. And Chelsea looking dangerous. Well, a moment he would dearly love to have back.
Well, listen, he's tried to hit it too hard. Just relax a little bit, focus on your technique.
Ivan Caballero. Potential danger. A glorious chance. A goal! The opening statement of the match. A richly deserved lead, and now they can celebrate.
Well, here's the replay, and as we see, it's a class ball through to split the defence. And sometimes, with all the time in the world, you can fluff your lines, but he composes himself and slips it past the keeper beautifully.